Oh yeah, we're gonna meet in a squared circle, and I'm gonna beat your face to a pulp. And then afterwards I beat your face to a pulp, I'm gonna fucking put your face in a blender, and I'm gonna have me a pulp face smoothie.
Patriotism is dead. There's only rebels and tyrants now.
Strange.
A world ready for the righteous and the pure to inherit.
Don't believe in surrenders. No, I still got my saber, Reverend. Didn't turn it into no plowshare either.
I'm taking over this territory.
So if you haven't figured out, this video is about all the fights, rumors of fights, and contracts will be written, agreements made, and fights set up. And these are all coming from people who, in the past, have false flagged other people's content. These are the same group of dipshits who DMCA people's content to remove content making fun of them. So we're to believe that these thin-skinned dickheads who also do life ruination are actually going to meet up, square off, and, throw some punches. I'm going to press X to down on that one, ladies and gentlemen. Just a big... Because, regardless, let's say even if the Ethan Ralph and Andy thing, they do agree, there's not going to be a fighting promoter that's going to put an unhealthy pre-diabetic alcoholic versus a recovering coke addict. There's liabilities there. I'm no lawyer, but I'm pretty sure a fight promoter, would look at these two gentlemen and go, this guy's fat as fuck, pre-diabetic, probably alcoholic, can barely shamble around. And then on this side, we have a guy who stutters, probably has some noodle damage due to drug use or whatever else, and they're going to go, yeah, we're not going to have this fight because one gentleman is about 260, 300 pounds. The other one is about 120, 135. What, soaking wet? That's not a good matchup. But for whatever reason, there's marks within the Kino Casino crowd and marks within Ethan Ralph's camp, and they're going, oh, dude, it's gonna happen. It's gonna be fucking cool. It's gonna be like Knoxville. Oh, we're gonna get fight. You're not gonna get shit, you fools. And, whatever happened to the old school days, right? Where if two people had a beef, they would meet up somewhere at a, location, maybe bring some friends just in case if shit popped off and got, serious, and they slugged it out. Those were the, old days. But we're seriously writing up contracts now, and I highly doubt Ethan Ralph, he did set up the bowling tournament, and that's some progress as far as setting up an event, but there's a lot of there's more pieces here, right? With contract signing, lawyers, who's going to go through all that trouble? And both camps, I'm shitting on both camps here, it takes more than that, because it's going to take a lot of money, contracts, lawyers, at the minimum $1,000 an hour, and it's just stupid. These are guys, both these guys, their problem is, they watch too much wrestling, right? They see the contract signing, on wrestling, or WWE, Raw, what's the other one? TNA Impact, and they think it's that simple. It's not. And of course, Ethan Ralph, in the past, has talked about, oh, we used to do boxing all the time. No, you didn't. That was play fighting. No one legitimately believes Ethan Ralph was, boxing other kids in the schoolyard. I'm no. And everyone's done that. Even, my cringy self back in the grade school days. Actually, me and a friend would, punch the shit out of each other, but we had, snow gloves on, and it was nothing in the face. We'd always punch each other arm, chest, because we could. And that's about as real as fighting got for me. But that's the case. That's the thing I find funny is that we're supposed to believe these thin-skinned pricks are actually going to get in the ring and hap at each other. I don't see that happening. Plus, you have a mixed match of weight class, right? Ethan Ralph's 200, 300 pounds, unhealthy as shit. You have Andy Worski. Yeah, sure, he's a little bit more fit and skinny, but he's not really... I mean, Jiminy Christmas, and there's people buying this shit up. And Boogie is supposed to fight Sam Hyde, or what's his face, allegedly. That's not going to happen either, because if you look at Boogie, again, massively unhealthy. So, for whatever reason, this is a trend now, where you get hordes of dipshits of certain content creators saying this person's going to fight that person. It's like, here's an idea. Why not just stop talking about it and set it in motion? Here's an idea. Just have, within both people's names, of course, it's like contract related, just say you won't press any charges for assault or battery, and set a date, rent out a barn or a hall somewhere. It could be the Hyatt. There's places where you can, I guarantee you can rent somewhere and have a fight. Of course, Ethan Ralph was talking about, oh, we're going to have 6 rounds. We got 6 rounds. 4 rounds is too short, and 6 rounds, and boy, you're going to be tired. It's like, that's if you make it past the first round. And again, these are guys, both sides, have watched too much fucking wrestling. They've watched too much, UFC fighting. They've watched too much boxing. I don't know why I can't speak right now. I'm having a stroke, I believe. But these are guys who see too much of this shit. And they think they have what it takes to beat the shit out of each other. When these guys, again, let's say this again, get offended, bent out of shape, false flag, and DMCA people's content when it makes them look bad. And again, we're supposed to believe that these paper tigers are supposed to, meet up and fight. I don't see it happening. It's all talk and bullshit. And that's my humble opinion. And if these guys were serious, again, someone said in the past before, meet in a Wendy's parking lot, if you're really that serious to prove your mettle against your adversary. Or, again, like I mentioned, rent out some shitty place somewhere and set up your own little event. Have your own, contract signed. You don't need a lawyer, just saying you won't press any charges for assault and battery. And then you go have a physical for each of the fighters just to make sure you're capable of fighting. And that's another aspect. These two donks think they're going to pass physicals. Have you seen Ethan Ralph? Worski probably more than likely would, but I don't know about the drug issue or whatever, or if that would factor into a fighting physical. It's just a whole level of stupidity. And you even have PPP, in the past has said he would fight someone for free. And these guys, and here's the long story short, is they talk about fights, but then they instantly put roadblocks in front of it. Even with Ethan Ralph now, he's saying, oh, I want a contract, and if someone backs out, I want a $50,000 fine. Well, how the fuck are you going to do that, may I ask? How are you going to enforce said fine? Right? I mean, I'm no lawyer, but I'm pretty sure you can't just write up something saying, if you back out, you owe me $50,000. And that's the thing about this. Again, both sides build themselves up like this Rocky event where you have people chanting your name in a stadium of 10,000 people, when in reality, they're just internet retards threatening to fight each other. And again, pardon the expression and pardon the image here. And I've said this before. It's like two retards swinging their dicks at each other. That's really what it is. And until it actually happens, until these two groups of people actually meet up and set up an event and actually it's actually going down, then I'll believe it's happening. But until then, it's a bunch of internet spurgs, shaking their dongs at each other. That's my opinion on all this. And quite frankly, people who, threaten to say they're going to fight someone on the internet or, it's like, that's just, acta non verba, guys. Acta non verba. Anyways, see you next time. Hopefully you got a kick out of this video and my opinion on it. And yeah, it's just stupid. Nothing. I'm pretty sure nothing's gonna come of this. It's gonna be a big nothing burger, and it's just a thing for stupid marks, simps, and stands of these big internet e-celebrities.